Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ojama Garrett. I'm here with kind of a free-to-play old-school RuneScape tutorial. This is kind of help out newer players figure out how to make money. And really scanning through the free-to-play list, I really believe that high-elking, profitable free-to-play items is going to be the way to go if you want to start making a lot of decent cash. So, with that being said, free-to-play, best moneymaker, I would say high-elking, but with an extra nuance included where we're going to try to high-elk on 3 accounts because as you can see here, the amount of casts per hour you can get is 1,200, but with more accounts, you should be able to get more casts. Not necessarily 1,200 per account, but enough to make it worth your time. So kind of on a computer, kind of as a, like a laptop or something along the lines of that, as a prerequisite for this, but most people should have that kind of thing, or a laptop, so sorry, bear with me here. The reason why I think that high-elking free-to-play items is the best moneymaker for free-to-play is because it has a relatively low barrier of entry, 55 magic. When we go to the list of all the other things to make money, the top of the list is a 99 smithing requirement, and that's a little bit unrealistic to finally start making money. The time investment that you would put in for that, you might as well just go do something else. Mining runite ore, let's say here, you know what I mean? 85 plus mining, which will take a very long time and a lot of effort without seeing a lot of return, plus also having combat stats. But if you are going to start fresh, brand new account, and get into making money as fast as possible, which you should be trying to do as a new player, trying to make a big bank so that you can finance the rest of the activities on your old school journey, whether it be free-to-play goals or to finally get into a membership if you don't want to spend money on it. That's kind of what this is for. So yeah, if you have no money to begin with, the first thing I would recommend doing is buying beer from the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. You can go there with an inventory of 60 coins or 54 coins or whatever, and then you can go buy a full inventory of beer and then bank it, and then that will net you about 2,500 gold, depending on the price of beer. But normally it's like 50, and I've sold it all the way up to 260 GP, or not 260, I guess 160, something like that. It was really good returns for the low effort. So right here, just to show you on the world map real quick, Varrock. So we're in Varrock here. There's the Grand Exchange. If you go down here to this inn right here, you can bring a stack of cash to the bartender. And then if you hold your spacebar down and then hit 1 and just keep going. So you do that for a few inventories, you should be able to make a little bit of starter cash, because we need the starter cash also because we are going to go for high elk. And to get high elk, we are going to need 55 magic. So to get 55 magic, we're going to need 166,636 XP. So then the way we're going to do that preferably would be Fire Strike. So to get Fire Strike, you need 15,000 casts, which will cost you somewhere in the range of 150 to 300,000 to cover all the runes and the splash gear. The splashing guide, this is not a splashing guide, you can go look that up, but it is pretty much like a full set of iron. So iron, full helm, plate body, plate legs, and a kite shield, and then the goblin staff from Drainer Village. And then this should give you a negative bonus enough that you will miss every shot, and then you go to a chicken or something like that and then just keep shooting it, and for about 15,000 casts. So that's going to be like about 10 hours, 10 to 13 hours of splashing, but you should be able to do that pretty AFK. So then now you have high elking unlocked. Now we need to figure out what to get. So essentially, since you won't have a big cash stack, you can get your beer, you're using your beer. Another thing I would note is a good way to make money in the early game when you're new, especially if you're not botting or something along the lines of that, is beg for it while you're making money at the Grand Exchange. So for instance, if you're doing something like making pie shells, you could sit there and ask periodically, hey, can I get some cash? I'm new, I'm trying to make some money here. Just try to seem not bot, you know, spice it up and talk and try to get into conversations with people while you're passively, whatever. People like me, I've done it a lot. I hang out at 308 or 302, and then I'll see some people, if they seem genuine or whatever, genuinely new, I'll chuck them a couple mil. I'll chuck them like, you know, maybe sometimes it's blowing minds and chuck them 10 mil. Anyway, you never know. It doesn't hurt to ask. You're gonna get shot down. Maybe you get talk crap to, but you know somebody might chuck you 500K, and then you don't have to do all the early game grind. So then, next on my list here, once you have 55 magic and you start getting a cash stack, then we're gonna start looking at the items here to start alching. Which, you know, you have an entire list. If we go to the old school high alchemy calculator, took the members items off. Kite shield right now, the difference, you have a 880 profit, 824, 728, 720, 631, 600, 517, 507, you know, all these different items. You can go here to alchemate.com/OSRS_high_alch. But you can just Google OSRS high alchemy calculator. You can bring that there. So we covered all that. So now, this is going to get into the little bit of the extra nuance where we're going to try to high alch on 3 accounts. So let me pull it up here. So here we go. I'm going to show you. You're kind of limited in your 1 account here. How fast you can high alch, and it's about 1,200 casts per hour at high efficiency. Okay, so if I pull up my, whoopsies. If I pull up my, that's going to be important later here, but my, okay, so now we're going to have 3 accounts. These guys cannot high alch yet, but just to show you what I'm talking about here. So if you have 3 accounts, you can come here, and you can come here, and then you can come here, and you can get about 3 accounts done in the same tick if you're fast enough. But as you can see here, the distance away is a little bit further away. They're a little bit more further away than you'd want them to. One thing you could do real quick is to go to your rune light, and you could have these 2 be always on top, and then disable it on this one. I'll show you here quick. If we take always on top off, now these 2 are going to stay on top. So if we do that, they'll alternate between each other, but if you try to click down here, it won't come on top again. So then you can click over here, and then keep everybody, you know, click, 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 click. See? But now the other trick here is that they're a little bit farther away, so you're not going to have as accurate as clicks. This is where the little bit of nuance comes in for multi-scaping here. And to another little optimization I came up with quick to deal with that is to do a little trick I learned from a Discord I'm in, and that is opening a thing called RuneLight Configure. And all this, if you type into your search bar RuneLight Configure or RuneLight parentheses configure, you open up the RuneLight launcher configuration, and if you come down to this menu here called Scale, you can type a 0.5 here, and it'll launch the client at half the size. So when I hit save right here real quick, I'll just launch another client for you. So you can kind of see it happen. Oh, it's over here. As you can see, it is half the size, and now it is half the distance away from each other. So now I have my other 3 here. To kind of showcase this. So this is my bottom one, the one that's not always on top. So then I'll move them into position here. And then I'll do a quick time trial for you, a couple minutes or something along the lines of that. So you can, and then we'll do the math real quick, and then we'll call it a day. So now we're here. So if I pull up the clock, just gotta make sure everybody's clicking correctly. Okay, we're gonna see how long it takes to get 5 rotations, and then we'll do the math. Okay, Ethan. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that was 39 seconds and 54 seconds, or 39.54 seconds. And I'm just gonna run that back one more time just to make sure I did it right. So 3, 2, 1, 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so 37 seconds. So 37 seconds, we'll go with that one because I think it's a little bit longer, so we'll do 38 seconds. So we had 5 rotations of 2 casts each, so that would be 10, 20, 30 casts. Let me draw this. 30 casts. And so 5 rotations of 2 casts each. So 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 2 is 10. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm a little bit tired. I'm just making sure I did the math right. So 38 seconds. How many seconds are in an hour? 3,600, I believe. Let's do the math quick. 3,600 divided by how many times? So we have how many rotations we can do. How many units x, which is 30. So equals 38 seconds. Or whatever. I mean, that's probably yeah, whatever. My brain's fried. Anyway, so let's do 38 seconds to show that that's how many 38 seconds we can do. So we can do 94.74 rotations. And then we're going to take that times 30. And then that'll give us 2,842 casts roughly. And I'm sure with practice you can get this number a lot higher. So if we go into the calculator here, and we just plug in 2842, and then yeah, it'll tell us our profit now. So now we're at a profit of 1.8 mil per hour, and that's like a significant scale up. And that wouldn't be perfect, but it's showing you like it's not going to be perfect at one account either, because you're going to be, as you start the cash stack before you get to where you can buy a lot of bulks. There's group chats where people sell huge bulks of this. You can go to the World 302 Anvil and Varrock West Bank, I believe, and people are selling huge bulk amount of Alchs there and stuff like that for you to just get high volume. But essentially, hopefully this kind of makes sense here, the power of scale multi-accounting with high alchemy, and I hope this was bearable enough for you, and I hope this was helpful information. And I'll just catch you later with the next tutorial.